Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. In the bustling city of Lagos, where the humid air danced with the smell of jollof rice from roadside stalls and the constant hum of traffic never ceased, lived Amaka, a young woman of 24. She was the eldest of 5 siblings and bore the weight of her family's hopes and struggles on her slender shoulders. Amaka was born in a small village in the southeastern state of Enugu but moved with her family to the city when she was 10. Her father, Chinedu, was a humble mechanic, and her mother, Nneka, sold akara balls by the roadside. Despite their limited means, they dreamed big, especially for Amaka, who showed great promise in school. One evening, as the sun dipped beneath the Lagos skyline, painting the skies orange and gold, Amaka sat on the roof of their modest apartment building, letter in hand. It was her acceptance letter to the University of Lagos, a dream come true, a path to a better future. But the letter was more than that. It was a promise she made to her sick younger brother, Emeka, who battled asthma and depended on Amaka's presence and care. That night, her father returned home quieter than usual. They gathered in the dimly lit room, and he broke the news: the mechanic shop had suffered a major fire. Tools destroyed, income halted. The family was suddenly drowning in uncertainty. The medical bills for Emeka were piling up, and now Amaka's university fees seemed like an impossible mountain. Her mother's eyes glistened with tears, but Amaka refused to surrender to despair. "I will find a way," she whispered, more to herself than anyone else. The next days blended into weeks. Amaka juggled odd jobs, tutoring neighborhood children, working at a local market, even sewing clothes late into the night. Her nights were sleepless, her hands calloused, but her spirit remained unbroken. One afternoon, she met Olu, a young businessman who owned a tech startup. Impressed by her determination, he offered her an internship, promising to pay a stipend and help with tuition. But accepting meant less time at home, less care for Emeka, and risking her mother's disapproval. The family struggled with this choice. Nneka feared losing the girl who was their pillar, while Chinedu silently nodded in support. Emeka, ever the brave little soul, reached out to Amaka one night, his fragile hand clasping hers. "Go, Amaka. Make us proud." His voice was soft, but it carried the "we." Months later, Amaka stood on the university stage, hooded in her graduation gown. Tears streamed down her face as she accepted her certificate in economics, the first in her family to ever graduate from university. The crowd applauded, but her gaze was locked on her family sitting in the front row, their faces illuminated with pride and hope.